Hi, I'm Nancy Valentine Smith, and I am a medicine woman of the earth and of the stars. With these energies that we are in, there are different aspects in our being that are going through a major transmutation and an initiation process. These aspects within our being comes from many timelines of our journey. And you in the present moment is the energy or the aspect that is holding the space. And yes, you're feeling what you're feeling, but what you're feeling many times has to do with aspects that are lodged in your being, ready to move into the light. One of the things that is occurring for some of you is that in your dream state, it is quite heavy, full-on nightmares, intense dreams. And the reason why is because the subconscious doorways are fully open. So the subconscious is now releasing the hauntings, the terrors, the hidden aspects, stories that have been archived in the subconscious realm. That's why the dreams have been full on. Because in the dream state, we are trying to work out. We're trying to work out. We're trying to decipher. We're trying to clear out some heavy consciousness. And some of this heavy consciousness is a mix of different experiences, not only of our life, our journey, but also some of those energies is connected to our genetics, to our parents, to our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and so on. So sometimes what we are shifting, feeling, transmuting has to do with an ancestor or an ancestral line that is holding on to a pattern, a program, or a fear consciousness that's being passed down from generation to generation. So the dreams that we are having, and that some are having that are full on, is a release, a freeing up of aspects that have been trapped in the shadows. It is important to support yourself during these processes. So that's why I talk a lot about bringing the light into your energy field. This is also another reason why you might be feeling that exhaustion and tiredness, because there is so much occurring in our energy field and on different dimensions, so much. On another level, there are battles happening within us, and those battles are the battles of the ego. So that's happening in the peripheral, and that can happen in certain ways. And the certain ways that happens is through our energy centers. So there will be a lot of releases or a lot of triggers, and the ego will trigger certain feelings and certain thoughts, and they're usually connected to the past. And it could be a memory of an experience of what someone did to you or what you did, where you mightn't have been in integrity, or might have been in a place of disempowerment. And so those memories might be coming up, and then those memories automatically make us feel crap. They just don't make us feel good. So then what gets triggered is the feelings of guilt or shame, or feelings of unjust, where you feel unjust, of of situations where you were taken advantage of, where you might have experienced an array of very disempowering vibrations, narcissistic experiences, projections, domination over you, just all these experiences that might be triggered in your remembering. But what they do when you start remembering is they activate certain feelings. Now, that's okay. That's okay that those feelings are being activated, because they're being activated to be released, to be purged out. What happens, though, is that some of us sometimes get so overwhelmed when these feelings get activated. So we forget that it's in the activation that the release occurs to leave our being, our records that we hold in the body. So when you feel these feelings or you have these thoughts, move into a place of light, saying statements. Some of the statements I use when I feel overwhelmed with feeling crap, with feeling icky, with feeling not good, is I say certain things to myself, like, I am a divine being of light. I am love. It is okay for me to feel good. That's a really good one to say, that it is okay for me to feel good. It is okay for me to receive joy. It is okay for me to be in the light. Saying it is okay to be in the light, to be happy, to feel good is a good one to say, because it starts silencing and assisting the ego to move back into what I call the great circle. The great circle is the circle of different aspects of your journey, of your being in the great circle, all aligned with you in the middle to support, to collaborate, to co-create with you, and for you to direct through love your energy. So these aspects are aspects of our being that have been in the archives or in the memories of our cells. One of those aspects is our inner child. So the dreams that you are having, some of those dreams also that have been heavy, is connected into freeing our inner child. So there are parts of our inner child that have been locked in the shadows. And so when that aspect that has been locked in the shadows starts to move into the light, it feels overwhelming. But please do not forget this, that aspect is your inner child. Now, ready, now is courageous to step up and out of the shadows into the light. So you are the overlighting presence to these aspects. It is through your loving guidance to these aspects within you. You are the way shower to the aspects within you, to the light. For you, in your wisdom that is going through the undoing, you, in your wisdom, you are the way shower. And you do that by daily reminding yourselves that you are divine, and that it's okay. It's okay for me to feel good. It's okay for me to receive support, for me to receive love. It's okay for me to be here and feel and receive and experience joy and abundance and everything. That's wonderful. Start having these conversations to yourself, with yourself. They're mantras that develop that expansive space and consciousness of light within your being. And when you say those statements, those words regularly, daily, I would recommend daily, you start developing what I call the muscles of light in your physical reality. And that becomes more expansive. So the law of energy is what you're holding then becomes a resonating force that emanates from you into your external reality. And that's when a lot of shape-shifting occurs in your life, because you are doing the daily practice of aligning, of speaking, and of feeling good, aligning and speaking that it is okay for you to receive joy, to receive abundance. Saying it that way is very potent because the ego cannot interfere. What happens with the ego as we move more and more into our light embodiment in the physical is the ego becomes a team player. It moves back into the tribe within. And its original purpose, which is to guide us through the three-dimensional survival consciousness, is taken, like the ego goes back to take that place. And that's healthy, because then it takes care of the survival aspect of our being. For example, the ego is the part that says, don't touch that stove, that's hot. Watch out for that car as you cross the road. So the ego consciousness is really important, because its realm is, its area is to assist us in the 3D survival consciousness. That is part of being in this physical reality. It's just for eons, because of the systems on the planet, the ego has been the overruling energies that has dominated us and has dominated the planet, and that's what we're seeing. So as you say these statements, you are moving out of that consciousness and reconnecting beautifully to the great circle of the tribe within you. So again, these dreams that you're having are full on, is part of that process of dismantling the realms that are connected to the ego consciousness, not only within you, but on the planet. And as that occurs, it's freeing up certain aspects of your being, in particular, the inner child, the aspect of the inner child that has been forgotten but is ready to move back into the light under your guidance. And this is when a very exquisite, beautiful integration occurs when your inner child comes out of the shadows. It's an aspect of your inner child that comes out of the shadows and back into the great circle of your beingness. Because that's when magic is returned into the center of your being. Thank you, and I will connect again very soon. Thank you. Bye.